Hi guys, it's that time again. Which is better? And it will be an incantation special. So if you like death metal or just curious, then this video is definitely for you. And the two albums we're going to be looking at are Decimate Christendom and Primordial Domination. So looking at Decimate Christendom, first off, John McEntee is an absolute killer vocalist. His style is very similar to all other incantation vocalists. Harsh growls, spewing forth damnation. Now obviously he didn't want to change the sound of the band. He also does some sickening mid-high pitch shrieks throughout the album, and it definitely adds an awesome touch. What can you expect from this album? Anybody who's been listening to incantation for quite some time know what to expect. It's anti-Christian death metal with blasting drums, twisting tremolo picked melodies and riffs, and of course, those slow as hell doom metal moments. Incantation, when it comes to if you're looking for something groundbreaking, then this definitely ain't it. It's pretty much what I just said just now. It's just death metal with anti-Christian overtones. But it's great, and this album is a solid release from a band that just refuses to give up. While other death metal acts change their sound or become more concerned about playing as technical as possible, Incantation just continues to play this dark, twisted, evil death metal with the spirit of the ancient gods of metal. They continue to stick true to their style and their music, not for fame, fortune, or even fitting in. For the love of this monstrosity / horrendous music known as death metal, a genre that is easily helped influence and pioneer. Just listen to the riff in Dying Divinity, and that there is just classic, standard incantation riffing. They just turned up the churning madness or tremolo picked metal insanity. In gears, we're going to look at Primordial Domination. Now, once again, Incantation is a band that has always been known for integrity and consistency. Over the span of their nearly two-decade career, the band has released several albums, a few EPs, and probably a lot of touring in between those releases. Just one listen of this album will convince fans old and new that Incantation are still releasing killer material. This album features all the key ingredients of most Incantation albums: unholy death metal riffs, trudging doom metal sections, and pummeling scissor blast beats, and astounding finger-played bass work, and of course, vocals spewing blasphemy. Everything one would expect in an Incantation album is definitely here. Listening to this album closely, it feels like you're listening to Decimate Christendom if it had a sequel. It has the same lineup as the previous album. Now, in regards to the songwriting, the album opens up with an instrumental jam which turns out to be a decent intro to the album. Something that Incantation has never really done before. And this intro is kind of reminiscent of a ending on one of the songs on their Blasphemy album, where they just play some drawn out chords built up on the signature Incantation style. The next song opens up with an incredibly memorable riff. From there on, it kicks some pretty good ass. There are quite a lot of great tracks here. Some feature more slow parts like Dissolute Rule, Begin Apocalypse, compared to others like Lead to Desolation. Feature just total ripping riffs that turn out to be really catchy. In fact, Lead to Desolation will probably make a great single and is in much the same vein as Dying Divinity. John McEntee handles vocals once again, and while his stamina appears to be improved from the previous album, the pitch of his voice appears to be a bit higher. And this ain't really a problem, as it sounds like any incantation vocalist after Craig Pillard was in the band. And Joe Lombard's playing on this album is tight. Carl Severn's blasting is as sharp as ever, and McEntee's riffs are the same as always, diminished, evil, and twisted. His lead playing is also a treat to hear, as he ends up putting off some very effective work here. The production on the album is very fitting. Everything can be heard without it feeling overdone. It just sounds like the recording was relatively simple. The production is on par with the last few albums for sure. There's nothing that Incantation can do wrong, from their full-on death metal speed to their doom metal sections to the overall arrangements of the songs. This is a great record. if you liked any of their albums since Diabolical Conquest, this album will click instantly for you. And I'm yet to see Incantation release a bad album. So there you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought was the better album. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.